Welcome back. Welcome back. It's your host, Delano, on the FanWide Podcast, your trusted voice for Washington Mystic content. Yo, we got the post-game recap of the Dallas Wings versus the Washington Mystics. Yo, this was an epic battle. It was a showdown that went down to the wire. This is the 14th game of the season. Let's jump into the post-game recap. All right, so if you missed it, you missed the nail bite. It was fire. I'm gonna just say that if you got to start tuning into these Washington Mystic games because everybody pretty much showed they showed off today. Paige Bueckers, the number one pick in 2025 draft, came into town, and it was a great test for our rookies and to see where they really stand. And they delivered today for real. All right, so this definitely goes down as probably an instant classic for the 2025 season for real. All right, so I almost thought it was gonna go to double overtime, but let's keep on talking through it. All right, so the first quarter, the Washington Mystics, they came out on fire. I mean, they was blazing red hot. So let's talk about the top performers. So Sonia Citron is our top performer of the day. 27 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 2 steals, shot 69 from the field while shooting 57 from 3. Talk about sister of efficiency. Sister of efficiency is what we call her. All right, so on the flip side, let's talk about the top performer from the Dallas Wings. All right, so you have Enrique Ogunbowale. 27 points, got a rebound, got a steal, got 3 assists while shooting 40% from the field, 33% from 3. So we pretty much couldn't stop her. Brittany Sykes had that defensive assignment for the majority of the night, and she just tried to slow her down. You can't stop her. You just got to try to slow her down, right? But, like we said, our ball players, it was a game. It was a game. So the key contributors, you got to say Kiki Iriafen. Kiki Iriafen had 19 points with 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals. That is a crazy stat line. While only having 2 turnovers, and even with 5 personal fouls, she was able to do what she needed to do. I love it. Shakira Austin, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Killing. Wow. And both players shot a great field goal percentage. Got to the line, did their thing at the line. You can't beat that. All right. So for the Dallas Wings, you have Aziza James with 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 of 4 from 3. She was the starter today. I believe this may be her first start of the 2025 season. So she did well, right? Paige Bueckers had 20 points along with 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Almost had a triple double. But I'm glad that Sonia Citron really did her up because she only shot 7 for 17. So Sonia Citron had that defense assignment, and really and truly, Sonia Citron really, it looked like she locked her down because she didn't score a lot of these points until like the fourth quarter. So shout out to our Sonia Citron because she is something serious. All right. So it's good to see that our team was able to pull it together and get this victory because, to be honest, from the very, very, very beginning of this game, we stepped on the necks of the Dallas Wings. We came out red hot. We ended up scoring 27 points to their 14 in the first quarter. So I thought we were going to run away with it. But I think that we got a little ahead of ourselves. We put the cart before the horse, right? So the second quarter, it was a 31-13. And that was Dallas with 31 points. So we had it, then we lost it. But, you know, we were able to do enough to get us to overtime. Because the fourth quarter, we showed pretty much what we did in the first quarter. It was 22-15. Then that took us to overtime. So I was ecstatic to see how we pulled it together, how our rookies showed and continue to show who they are and what they're made of, and how for the future is so bright going forward. You know, I'm excited to see it. And I can't wait till Sonia Citron lace them up against Caitlin Clark, because I think that she's going to give her, I think that Caitlin Clark is going to have a difficult day in the office when she sees and meets Sonia Citron. That's what I think. But, you know, I'm just happy that our squad was able to do it. But let's also talk about one particular aspect of the game that I was surprised about. Brittany Sykes only had 8 points in this game, had 5 fouls. Some of those fouls were questionable. I got to say, a lot of these fouls were questionable throughout the entire game. But Brittany Sykes shot 1 of 8, didn't hit a 3, only got to the line 9 times. So she wasn't as aggressive as we're used to seeing her be. So I don't know what's the shakeup with that. But, you know, we'll see how things go forward. So I'm definitely know that she's going to have a bounce back game. And let's see how it goes. And there was a moment, I believe it was in the second quarter, where Coach Sidney Johnson had enough. It was one of those enough is enough moments. He got a technical foul, and I think that particular moment showed the fans the type of coach that we have. We have a coach that's relatable, that can show enough empathy, that's able to show enough moxie to bring people into the fold and set a culture. But he also showed that he's not to be played with. Because when he got that technical foul, he was in the middle of a play. He got off the bench, walked all the way down to half court, and walked on the court and was like, bruh, to the ref, you're doing too much. This is not going to work. You got to call these fouls right. And I'm saying it mouth. There was some four-letter words, some choice language that was used toward the refs. And he let them know, hey, y'all go start calling this right, or we have a problem here. And that got the team hype, that got the crowd hype. And I think that really showed that we have a multi-dimensional type of coach. He's willing to stand on business when business is required, while he's able to stand on making this team the place to be, making these players comfortable, letting these players know that they actually have someone is dedicated to their success dedicated to them winning, and believes in them wholeheartedly. I salute Coach Sidney Johnson. He's a great coach. I love it. So let's talk back about the game. So Sonia Citron, she lit it up from 3 today. Sonia Citron hit 4 3-pointers, killing it. But also we got one more person that we need to bring a spotlight to from our Washington Mystics, because they set the tone for the game. They came out red hot. I don't know what got into this player, but I'm happy to see it. I'm ecstatic to see it. Sutton was not to be played with in the first quarter. She had 15 points for the game, but came out red hot. Literally almost had a perfect shooting night. From the field, she was 4-4, and 3 of those were 3-pointers. She was cooking. She only missed 2 free throws. She had a great game. This might be the game of her career. I got to go back and look at the stats to confirm that. But yeah, I'm ecstatic to see that. So at this point, we need to talk about the overall view of the game. So when I say the overall view of the game, I am talking about we're talking about the team stats, because this is very, very important to see how we won the game. Okay, so in this game, we shot 45% from the field to Dallas's 37, and then from 3, the Mystics shot 46% to 32%. So we're getting it together. We got to get the one area of our team that is our Achilles heel pretty much in every game is our free throw shooting. We need to shoot like 500 free throws a day, because we leave so many points off of the board by missing free throws. Okay, so we shot 68% from the charity line. Those are free shots. And the Wings hit 81%. So if we hit free throws, we wouldn't even be in overtime. But I'm happy to see that even though we're not hitting our free throws, we're making it up in other areas as well. All right, so we lost the rebound battle, but it wasn't about much. The Wings had 38, the Mystics had 33. Assists, we had 23 assists to Washington Mystics, and the Wings had 16. When it comes to defense, we hounded the ball 11-8. Even though the refs can be something to be desired, right? They miss a lot of stuff. So I would definitely say that there should have been more fouls on the wing, but the refs wasn't calling things. But they definitely would call it on us. So I don't know if they just want us to lose. I don't know. I'm gonna keep saying it because I believe it. All right, but even still, I'm happy that we were able to fight through it. All right, so turnover battle, we turned them over 19. So the Mystics had 17 turnovers, so it's kind of even, fairly even. Points conceded off turnovers, fairly even. So what we have been doing all season pretty well is turning turnovers into fast break points. So we won that. We had 14 points. The Mystics had 14 points. The Wings had 7. And just like we've been doing all year as well, the Mystics are winning the battle in the paint. So when it comes to points in the paint, the Mystics had 36 points to the Wings 22 points. And, you know, our largest lead was 16. The Wings actually fought all the way back in the second quarter, and they was up 10 points. And, you know, I'm just ecstatic to see how we were able to pull this together and get this victory. You know, I was ecstatic to see it. And, you know, from here, you know, we just got to go from here and, you know, let's stack these wins. Let's put it together. Because at the end of the day, you know, we just got to keep fighting and clawing and not shoot ourselves in the foot when it comes to what's going on with our team. Because it's a lot of times that we should be just flat out kicking butt and taking names, but I think we let teams off the hook sometimes. And at some point, that bites us. But I'm happy to see that today, on June the 22nd, it wasn't the case. But on better teams, it can be a struggle. All right, so that wraps it up for today. We got the victory in overtime. We was able to pull it out and show the Wings that we had their number today. So let's do this. Let me know in the comments which player from the Washington Mystics or even the Dallas Wings impressed you the most in this game. Also, can the Mystics turn this season around? What do you think? Do you think that we can get back into a positive win ratio compared to our losses in the WNBA standings that can propel us into the playoffs? Do you think that's a possibility? Let me know. And on the flip side, you know, let us know how bright the Dallas Wings future is with Paige and Enrique. You know, hey, let's talk about it. And don't forget that the FanWire podcast is your trusted voice for Washington Mystic content. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and also, which critical, which key, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any Washington Mystic content that we're dropping here at the FanWire podcast. And, you know, we'll catch you on the next one. But before we go, let's also tell you again about what we got cooking. So on Thursday, August the 28th at 7 p.m., the Mystics take on the Liberty all the way up in New York City, right? So we're taking over the Barclays Center. We're jumping on the bus, and the fans are going up top to the Big Apple to root our Washington Mystics on. We let them know that, hey, we travel with you too. So let's go. Let's get to it. So, yeah. Look down in the description. More information. Yeah, let's get it. Let's go. All right. So, just so you know, when you're over here at the FanWire podcast, we shoot and we score. We out of here until the next one.